reason.
And look,
Welcome to the night show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. As we do every week, we are going to talk about the NRL, and this week we're going to talk about round 7 of the NRL. Then we're going to have a chat about... I've got a couple of questions that we're going to do a...
I don't like this. I don't like the questions without notice.
Questions without notice, and then we'll talk about round 8, which is the magic round coming up. Gentlemen, how are you?
Is it?
Excellent.
No, it's not.
No, that's
It's
next
the week after.
That's right.
Do you want to do the beep again?
No, I don't want to.
This is his second take, by the way.
Yeah, we're working on a few takes tonight.
All right. We're excellent.
So, we're excellent.
We're all in the winner's circle.
Yep, all good.
Yeah, I'm worried about you being in the winner's circle so often, though.
As you should be.
It's
He's
not
an
a place...
elitist snob, isn't he?
No, not really.
Yeah, South Sydney, the elitist snobs.
No, I'm not a snob. I just...
South will crash and burn again. It's okay.
I'm not a snob.
He picked them for the spoon.
And I don't like to be wrong, okay?
All right,
let's
we know
get going. We do apologise. We've had a bit of a change for our background and it's still not quite working out. So we're going to get some stuff up there later.
Yep.
So bear with us. All right, gentlemen, let's start talking about round 7 of the NRL. Let's talk about Thursday's game, Sydney Roosters over St George, 20-10.
You mean the true Anzac Day game?
One of
Cameron
the Anzac
Smith.
Day games. One of the Anzac Day games.
Yes, correct.
Continue. Go, Tom.
Yeah,
it's
go,
your
Tom.
team.
Went to the game. It was a great atmosphere. Well, we won. I'm not saying that we were really convincing. I think we were probably less convincing than the week before. But we almost played the same. Played really well for 20, 30 minutes and then went into our shell and managed to find something at the end. But we did defend really well for the latter part of the game.
Who's we?
The Roosters.
Oh, right, the Roosters. All right. I didn't know whether Tom was out there.
to get out of that.
Didn't know whether Tom was out there playing or not, making a few tackles.
He
I
was
say
actually.
this all the time.
He was actually. He was
Okay.
out there.
The Roosters.
So, I must admit I was concerned for the Roosters because they did get to such a decent lead. And then St George came back at them pretty hard.
It happened last week too. It's got to be concerned for the coach.
You still haven't played 80 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, the thing is, we've won 6 out of 7 games by not playing well, and that's not bad. I mean, and when you've got 20 odd rounds of the football to go or thereabouts, the coach certainly doesn't appear to be concerned. He's looking at is my team getting better?
Yeah.
And in little areas they probably are, and in other areas they're still falling behind.
If any other team, if Souths were doing the same thing, won 6 out of 7, I'd be happy. Oh, that's right, they are. Sorry. Okay, let's move on.
Could I just mention, Jake Friend came back from a shoulder injury, had a blinder of a game. I thought he was just almost the best on the ground.
Yeah.
And then he's ripped his bicep, which is really tragic for him. And we just can't seem to put 17 same players on the field every week.
Yeah.
But we're still winning. So. Anyway.
I honestly thought St George were going to come back at you. I honestly thought they were going to come back because the way they started that second half.
I thought their defence was exceptionally good. It was exceptionally good. I mean, I watched the game back the other day and I could see that we were still in the game and not just defending. We were throwing a lot at them, but just wasn't getting together in their last tackles. But their defence I thought was exceptional, and Barry, you should be proud because, that they can build on that.
Yeah.
There
are 2 incidents in the game that I wanted to talk about. The first one is St George players jumped for the ball and technically took out the Rooster fullback, and they got a penalty.
Can't remember when was
further up.
Okay.
Later on.
Yep.
Same thing happened with
the other way around.
Right. where the St George fullback got taken out and the try was allowed.
Right. Oh, okay. First try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean...
because honestly, the winger, Tupou,
yes,
he jumped from about 3 metres out, one arm outstretched. He was never going to catch the ball.
Because he was trying to bat the ball back. He knew he wasn't going to catch it.
He was never close enough to do that. And he took out the fullback. The Roosters then scored from that.
Well, that's subjective. I mean, the refs obviously didn't believe that. And they looked at it on replays. So the bunker looked at it. And in the end, what can you do? I mean, if your team gets a try by what some people consider a dodgy decision, are you going to give it back?
I think
that comes down to if you believe that
every game.
inconsistency of the refs, and that's the thing.
Well, then that's all, and that's all we're after. We're after consistency.
Sure.
So, Yeah, I don't know. Matt Duffy's try was really, really good.
Oh, it was an exceptional try. I do applaud that. There was just an exceptional try.
For a little bloke.
Yeah.
He
ran Tedesco around, he ran Cronk around. It was exceptional.
Excellent. Best try of the game.
Do you think there would have been a difference if Widdop was playing?
No.
No? Yeah, same result?
Yep. I think they're better now that Widdop's...
What if DeBellum was playing?
Yeah.
I thought their forwards were really good as well. They did a really good job as well. Takiaho is just an unsung hero, isn't he? You know,
he was great.
270 metres.
Very good on the night.
He'd look great in maroon and white.
You've got Fanua, Blake. You don't need him.
We want him coming off the bench.
Anyway, look, pleasing performance. We won. Still a work in progress. Just got to keep plugging on.
Okay, so let's move on to Amy Park, where Melbourne Storm beat the Warriors 13-12.
I think the Storm should be concerned.
Well, they're in the same boat.
Oh, yeah.
Won 6 out of 7.
Yep.
And they're not playing well either.
No.
And they shouldn't have won that game.
They lost against the Warriors.
A lot of 50-50 calls went very definitely their way.
Well, especially the last one.
Oh, yeah.
The last penalty.
Yeah.
But you know what? You take your chances, and they did.
And Cameron Smith was very good again.
Yeah.
He's defying age, isn't he?
I don't know how he does it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I heard on a report through the week that he's running less, but he's still controlling the game as much as he used to.
He's got vision. I mean, after that many games, he can see ahead. He sees what's coming. He just has that sixth sense that you only get from playing nearly 400 games. You know.
Yeah.
He's an exceptional player. There's a lot I don't like about him, but he's an exceptional player.
So what's wrong with the Warriors then?
Well, I was actually going to ask exactly the same question.
Because I'm leaning towards Adam Blair being a bit on the nose. I know it was
He's a bit on the nose.
It was highlighted a lot throughout the week.
Yeah.
But just looking at his stats, 1 run, 13 metres.
Yeah.
And that would have been when he scored the try.
He's getting $2.5 million for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is, if you would be crying if you're a Warriors fan and he's tied up at your club.
And giving away stupid penalties.
Oh, yeah.
I think, they were missing Roger, who's incredible for their team.
Yep.
And their halves are young and inexperienced, and that's why they're looking elsewhere. I mean, I've heard Nicaragua's name mentioned.
Oh, yeah, we'll come to that.
So, look, I think their halves there's a big where they're lacking. I mean, they defended really well this game.
They did.
I mean, to hold the Storm to 13 points was a really good performance, and probably then should have won that game.
Yeah. Look, I think their biggest issue is their halves. They've got a young kid who is actually... I'm quite impressed with him, I must admit. I think he's a good young player.
Oh, the other fella that they kicked was good too.
Yeah, Kieran.
Yeah.
Kieran, yeah.
So, I think they're just lacking that experience. And towards the end of that game, it needed some calm heads to direct them better around the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Melbourne did what Melbourne do.
Yeah.
They just grind.
And they keep winning.
Yep.
Okay, let's go on to ANZ Stadium, where to me the shock of the round. Although I think you guys both picked the Dogs.
Yeah. How could you pick the Cowboys?
Because they did so
anyway,
well the week
the
before.
shock of the round was what, Steve?
Bulldogs beating Cowboys 24-12.
Saw it coming a mile away.
I like what I'm seeing from the Dogs.
I'm picking so bad this year.
The Dogs, that's it. The Dogs are playing good, solid football.
Yep.
They're in every match. They're getting better and better and better, and this just was the icing on the cake.
Howard Naira, he's having a great season, isn't he? Great start to the season. It's been a terrific buy.
Had him in my fantasy league team and I dropped him.
He was a terrific buy.
But yeah, I don't know. In saying that, I don't know what the problem is with the Cowboys. They're just
they can't. It can't be because Tamalolo's not there. Because he's good, but he's not that usual game breaker.
Yeah. They've got a lot of old players in their team, I think. And there was a comment today when I was coming home that Paul Green, one of his weaknesses is he doesn't hang on to young players. He doesn't like picking young players.
Okay.
He hangs on to the tried and true players, and it's going to come back to bite him. I mean, Ponga was a glaring example, but there's been, I think, Viliami Kikau. He apparently was there. There's a couple of great players that have gone to other clubs and they've let them go, and that's That's just poor management.
Yep.
They're paying the cost of it now.
And the Dogs, on the other hand, are full of young players, and they're basically playing to their potential.
Yeah.
Which is very pleasing to see.
Yeah, their spine is really young, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be interesting now that they're saying Foran could be back as early as next week, and Napa might not be far away either. So they've got a bit of a dilemma in the halves. Yeah.
Well, you'd have to bring Kieran Foran straight back. He was playing exceptionally well when he was injured.
Yeah, and maybe bring something like Lewis off the bench or something. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, good performance, encouraging.
I think the Dogs. Yeah. I mean, they never looked like they were going to lose that game. They the whole way through.
Well, the Dogs are on the bottom, but the Cowboys look like spoon favourites at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think that will change when Tamalolo comes back. He just makes too many metres.
Yeah.
You throw another 200 metres in there, and the Cowboys are attacking more often, and he's just too big, too strong. He'd look great in maroon and white too.
Remember what I said about the show going too long?
Yeah.
You say the same comment with a different name every game.
I'll try to do it again.
Since we start talking about South, we want English too. Now let's move on to Panthers. Ironically, let's move on to Panthers Stadium, where South Sydney beat the Panthers 22-18.
Yes, best performance by the Panthers all season, I think,
and by the Bunnies.
Defensively, the Bunnies were exceptionally good.
I thought that was the first close to 80-minute performance they've done all year.
Yeah, I mean, even though Panthers scored 18 points, I thought your defence in the last 30 minutes to hold them out, and they had so much ball. Wasn't it like 14 tackles in the opposition 20 you had?
Oh, mate.
And they had 37, 47 or something.
Yeah. In fact, if you look at the stats, they ran further, they kicked further, they had
this is the Panthers you're talking about.
The Panthers.
Yep.
They did everything better. They truly did. All the stats, if you looked at the stats without looking at the score, you believe Panthers won that game.
Sure. Yeah, but it was a much improved performance by the Panthers, and I think they'll build on that.
And look, I'd be worried whoever they're playing next week, because I think if they can carry that form into next week, they'll beat anybody.
Yep. Bunnies, what are you going to say? You
don't agree?
No, I don't. You've got to have more than one losing game. But against
I'm talking about Panthers.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
And I
honestly, if they weren't playing South, Roosters or Melbourne, they would have won that game.
No.
I think you're right.
No, I don't think so.
And he doesn't agree with me.
South didn't throw anything at him. I thought South were average and Panthers were better.
South didn't throw anything at them.
No. You guys got nothing this year.
Well, they seem to be focusing on the defence, the Rabbitohs, and that.
That might be.
Do you actually want to look at the camera and apologise for making ridiculous statements on this show?
I'm sorry that Steve keeps carrying on.
Do you want to look at the camera and apologise for that jersey?
I know. I'm going to speak about this jersey in a minute.
Speak about the jersey in a minute.
Tom, settle. We'll speak about the jersey.
All right. I don't think you guys were good, and I don't think Penrith were any good either.
Well, if you don't think those two teams were good, then you're a very hard taskmaster, because honestly, I don't think either of them could have played any better.
Well, that's a concern. Continuing on.
It's hard. It's very hard. Do you think Gus Gould had anything to do with that? Resigning?
What?
The fact that Panthers lost, do you think that impacted him?
No. He was sitting up in the bleachers in the box seats watching them.
Okay.
No, none at all.
There
you go. Okay. Continuing on.
Let's go to Scully Park on Saturday afternoon, where the Tigers beat the Gold Coast Titans 30-14.
And Scully Park is in
Tamworth.
Yes.
And honestly, the Gold Coast Titans got out to a decent lead on this one.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans were very bad in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah. I think it was 30 unanswered points, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was,
because they got out
14-0 then 30-14. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What to do with the Titans?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, they're like the Warriors. They're hot and cold. Absolutely hot and cold. I mean, they've had a couple of decent performances this year. But and the West Tigers, they were hurting. They were smarting from last week's 51-6.
Well, the way they started, you wouldn't have
that was an 80-point turnaround.
Yeah.
With the flying mullet.
Oh, yeah.
How good is Fanua's mullet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's ugly. It's filthy.
No, I'm a big fan of the mullet. I wish for a mullet.
I like the way he plays, but I can't stand the mullet. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, and they lost Robbie Farah early, don't forget.
True.
Anyway.
Josh Reynolds as well.
Josh Reynolds.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, maybe that's who I was thinking of.
His injury isn't quite as bad as they thought.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Benji will probably be back next week.
I thought Mbai had an excellent game. And I know you're not going to agree with this, but I thought McQueen had an excellent game.
It was just interesting to see McQueen actually playing first grade.
Yeah.
Hang on, who?
Been a while.
Who?
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme, got it. Poor Titans. Where do the Titans go from there? Like we all know that the Tigers can turn it on. Like they were leading the comp for the first 3 rounds. They can play football. They had an abysmal game against Parramatta, which I guess can happen to any team at any time.
And it was the occasion. I mean,
But what do you do about the Titans?
I don't know, because if I look through that team and the way they're playing now, the only player I think would fit into any other team would be Michael Gordon.
Ryan James would have, but he's on his knee.
He wasn't playing, yeah.
No, but he did an ACL while he was during the game. So.
But early.
Yes.
No, that was last week.
Was it? I thought it was this week.
Ash Taylor, I don't think he's playing well. I don't think any of the other than Michael Gordon, I can't see any of them making it in any other team.
I'm just having a look through the team, and Steve is correct. Jai Arrow. I like Jai Arrow. I'm still a fan.
I'm not even sure he performed that well the other night.
I don't know. You know what the interesting thing is?
No, what is
we'll get to the Manly game in a minute, and we pinched earlier this year Morgan Boyle from the Gold Coast.
Manly did?
Yeah, because he couldn't get a start.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's part of their problem.
Yeah.
Because he's an exceptionally good player. I thought, what do we want a front rower for? But, a front rower who can't get a game at the Titans, do we really want to pick someone like that up?
Is Garth Brennan going to have a problem, you think? You think he'll see out the season?
Well, I don't think they can go anywhere else. I mean...
Yeah.
But they're talking... You keep hearing things like, Mal Meninga's there and he's in charge of, the recruitment and, the players are in awe and... Well, start playing like it.
They're not a prestige club like, Souths or whatever.
No.
Therefore...
I've got him on film saying that. That's good.
So, I'm being conciliatory here. So they're not a prestige club. So the thing is, who wants to go there? That's the thing. So if they sack him, there's not that many people lining up to go to the Titans because
there's not.
It's a poison chalice. Seriously, the Titans.
You're probably not going to get very many big names, but you should be able to put a decent team together.
Oh yeah.
And
but I'm thinking in terms of coach.
At the beginning of the season, you look at that team and say,
"That's a decent team."
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about the coach. I mean, the coach might be on notice by the club, by the board. But who would replace him? Like I said, it's a poison chalice going to the Titans because no team on the Gold Coast has ever had long-term success.
True. Anyway, Gold Coast Titans gone.
Okay, let's go to Suncorp Stadium where the Broncos beat the Sharks 29-6. And I thought the Sharks were lucky to score that try.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I think I did because I picked them.
You picked too. Yeah, you also picked the Cowboys. You picked the Cowboys and the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you picked your Queensland teams again.
I don't have Queensland teams. I didn't pick the Titans.
Who picks the Titans? Look, the Broncos. Whether they're playing a busted team. Let's say that. They're playing a busted team and a team full of young guys. Those the 1 and the 5, or 1 and the 2, I think. They were they're still in nappies, those two, and they peppered the corner that the young fellow was Ronaldo. His name is famous soccer name. They peppered his corner and he made a few blunders just because of the pressure. Poor fella. And again, Bronson Xerri dropped the ball at least two times again, and so he'll get better. But geez, they're expecting a lot from him, and he just keeps dropping the ball.
I think the Broncos.
Yeah.
Easily.
For sure. And Milford was really good. I thought Milford was excellent.
He was exceptional, but
kicking game was great.
But he was allowed to be exceptional too,
because
the forwards were making ground.
Sure. And you list the number of their forwards they've got. It's incredible. It's like 6 or 7 decent forwards that probably half of them most people would take.
Yeah, I got to say, Osaka at the back, to me, is an exceptional player.
He is, yeah.
He is unbelievable. I think he's going to be a real superstar.
Yeah, he's had a couple of bad weeks dropping balls and things like that. But
he makes
but
mistakes.
last year he was flawless last year, and his kicking's terrific. I actually think that Trent Robinson actually came up and had a word with him, but he didn't want to leave the Broncos. I think we were looking for a back at that time.
How could the Roosters...
No, we were looking for a back about 18 months ago, and he went and spoke to him, and he didn't want to leave the Broncos. So anyway,
he's actually hoping he's also going to go to Manly. So
yeah.
No,
So
I don't want
was
him.
just saying without making a noise now. Is that what it is?
No, I don't want him.
You don't want him?
No. I'll take Katoni Staggs and Payne Haas, thanks.
And thankfully,
you've got your shopping list
you got
already.
3
organised.
Broncos forwards that are eligible to play for New South Wales. Isn't that good?
Which means they
Payne
all
Haas,
shouldn't be there.
Matt Lodge, Tavita Pangai. That's 6. That's
I don't think
fantastic.
Matt Lodge is playing well enough to play.
No, he's not. But he's
But
eligible.
he was last year though. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the Sharks, are they going to come back from their injuries?
No.
Well, they've lost Johnson for a month.
Dugan's
and
out.
Wade Graham's not back till around 12 or something. So yeah, they're busted.
Yeah, I can't. Geez, I tell you, what, they have to make a big run in the second half of the season. I think forget top 4 to make the 8.
And you look at the competition. Look at the teams that are above them. They're doing better than them, and they have to really improve a lot.
Yeah.
And often when you look at the ladder, you say, "Oh, well, I'm in 5th position," but the thing is, who's below you? A lot of other rubbish teams below you, so that makes you look better.
And I don't think they're playing poorly. I don't think they played bad the other day. I just don't know they have enough ammunition right now to do any better than what they're doing.
You always get 80 minutes out of the Sharks. That's the one thing I admire about them. They're gritty.
Now, on the other side of the coin, the rumour is this week that Cody Nikorima will be at the Warriors before Friday.
Gee, I wish I'd said that. Yes, I've heard that, yes. And
So
James Roberts could be at
James
the
Roberts,
Rabbitohs before Friday.
I don't believe
Before
that James-
Friday?
Well, after the game. After Thursday's
The
game.
rumour is he
might
comes
stay.
down, plays with South, and then joins South after.
Yeah, so he might pack his bag.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
That's the rumour. I don't believe it. Because it was only 2 weeks ago that Wayne Bennett was saying, we haven't spoken to James Roberts.
Yeah, but Wayne Bennett plays all kinds of... He doesn't say anything.
Did you read in the press conference? They said, so what about next week's game? He said, I don't know who we're playing next week. I'll have to go home and look at my diary to see who we're playing next week. He's so arrogant.
No, he's not arrogant. He's just getting old.
That press conference was the most arrogant I've ever seen.
No.
It was awful.
Anyway,
I
so
thought it was funny.
the Broncos' problem has been their halves. They're getting rid of one of their halves.
Yes.
So that means they're bringing in one of the young guys.
Yes.
Sean O'Sullivan or the guy who's playing in the feeder club.
Yeah.
Yep. So they've, funnily enough, their best game of the season, and then they start to unload players.
But Nikorima was a bit unsighted. I don't think he did much.
Yeah. And look, they are saying that both Nikorima and Roberts aren't getting on with Seabold. And, okay, if that's the case, you don't want them.
Yeah,
The
but
coach has to take control.
So how do the Rabbitohs feel about Seabold?
but so tough luck. You know what? You signed a contract. Just
Yeah.
stay at the club.
Yeah, but you know what?
If you're in first grade and you've signed a contract and you're playing, you just play.
Yeah, but this could be more the coach. This could be more the coach saying, listen, I've tried with you guys as halves. It's not working out. Nikorima, I'm thinking about replacing you with someone else. And he puts his hand up and says, well, let me go somewhere else.
No,
It could be as simple as that.
No.
Not necessarily...
suck it up, princess.
Hasn't been
Far out.
working
You're
for 2
tough.
years.
You're tough.
Hasn't
Right.
been working for 2 years. Yeah, let's get to a game
Let's
that
go to
almost matters.
Well, we've done those. Let's go to Lotto Land where Manly Sea Eagles just got out of jail
Did you tip them?
against Canberra Raiders 24-20.
Did you tip them?
Did I pick my team?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Did I tip them?
Yes,
I did.
you
Did
did.
you tip them?
He still thinks they're getting the spoon.
Actually, when I think about it, I don't think I tipped Manly to win this one. No.
And when DCE went down, I went, oh, I wish I changed my tip. But they were good. They were really good.
When DCE went down, I had a little cry. Look,
Yeah.
you know, I'll be honest with you. If we were to go back and rewind for our tips, I didn't pick my team to make the 8.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not. I did not think that the roster not changing at all from second last, that they would make the 8. I had assumed that the Des factor would push them, but that was just... They're just playing really good football.
Yeah.
That everybody knows what they're doing, knows where they should be, knows they're trusting the player next to them, and they're playing really good football.
And those two young fellas, Waddell and Garrick.
Yep.
Garrick, they've really been standouts.
Oh, absolutely. I actually really like Ruben Garrick. He's quick.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of mistakes in his game, but again, he's only young.
Is he the one that can play half? Or is it Waddell?
Well,
because somebody filled in at half.
yeah, that was Waddell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's not. He's back rower.
Yeah, it's not hard.
I don't know. You know, masterstroke by Des bringing in Lachlan Croker.
Yeah.
Masterstroke.
He hit the blinder, didn't he?
Masterstroke.
Hit the blinder.
And you might have Dylan Walker back within the week, next week.
Depending on the court case, you mean.
Well, no. Yeah, it depends on the Jack DeBellin court case. But he's going to be fit within this week anyway. So
Yep.
if the DeBellin case goes through and he gets cleared, they'll pick Dylan Walker.
And Dylan Walker will play 5'8".
Okay.
Dylan Walker hasn't played well for you at 5'8".
But that's where they'll play him.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, actually, that was Trent Barrett's idea, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. It might not.
No.
Look, the game was great, and let me just tell you, they were good.
Yeah, I thought they were excellent. They started out a bit slow.
No, they scored
What?
the first 2 tries.
That's right.
Jack White was
Manly
the first
started
two
out a bit
tries.
slow.
I
Yeah.
was going to say.
And I was starting to get away thinking, oh, this looks ugly.
12-0 after 12 minutes, and I'm going,
But
this isn't what I wanted.
They played their luck. I mean, I don't think they weren't well constructed tries. They were the long runs. Whiten ran nearly 60 metres in one of them.
Yeah, one of them was off a forward pass as well, but we won't talk about that because those things happen in the game.
They do, often.
But, you know,
So it seems.
the Eagles got back into the grind and they did really well.
Absolutely.
I actually really enjoyed the game, watching it, and the fact that I tipped you helped every time they went over.
Solid team playing 80 minutes.
Yeah. Good.
Again, like the Bulldogs, playing where they're at to their potential, I think.
Did you see the Ricky Stewart press conference?
No, I didn't. I've been meaning to. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, he's trying to answer questions, and all you can hear in the background is Manly singing the team song.
Oh, that's sad for him.
And he leans over and he's leaning virtually over the table going, what was that? That's quite funny.
I'll definitely have to watch that.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? In saying that, the Raiders were their own worst enemy. They gave away penalty after penalty after penalty, and at one point I'm thinking this has to swing around, and they just kept giving penalties away.
Can I ask a question on that? What is it with refs now? All of a sudden, regardless of how many penalties you get in your 20, they're now not sending anyone to the bin. When did that change?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't understand, because that happened in the Manly game.
You know, interestingly, they said this is the strange thing. Because Canberra kept holding down in the tackle, Manly are attacking, Canberra holding down, and it was the third. So the first one was a penalty. The second one was a penalty. The third one, the ref called Jack Whiten over. Is it Jack Whiten?
Yes.
No,
One of them.
Lachlan Croker.
who's the captain
Jared
of Canberra?
Croker.
Jared Croker. I was thinking Lachlan. Yeah, Jared Croker over and said, "Get your team in control here."
Yeah.
And then he gave away another penalty. And I'm just thinking, well, hang on a second. But the commentator said, oh, that wasn't an official warning. What's 4 penalties?
That's right. And there is no such thing as an official warning. You give the warning when you say, listen, there's a problem here. That's a warning.
Just say, wouldn't you go... and I must admit, I'm getting sick of it because there's a couple of teams that do it continually. But, you give away 2 and then they should be saying, Next one goes because it ruins the game. It really slows it down to the point of ridiculous.
They become a lot more lenient in lots of ways.
Yeah, they have, and
some is good. Again, some things are good.
Even in the South game, where a couple of minutes out, a couple of seconds, in fact, out from half time, South were giving away 2 and 3 penalties on the line, and John Sutton held down a player and got a penalty, and there was about 10 seconds to go or something, so they kicked a goal.
Yeah,
but the commentators are saying, "Well, hang on, that's a professional foul. Send him to the bin because." You're trying to stop the play because you've got so little time left.
Yep. It makes no sense. And all the talk has been how few penalties there have been this year. Like, there's something like 200 less penalties between this time last year and now. But stupid things like that, they should be penalising it.
Well, and they should be using the bin.
Us as fans, we'd be happy to say, not only give them a penalty, send them to the bin. Because that needs to...
Us
that
as
needs
fans,
to,
so long as it plays on the other team, not ours.
Oh, yeah, Manly, we don't do anything wrong.
That's right,
Come on.
Tom's got dinner going.
Tom's got dinner going.
No, you just got to watch the time.
All right, McDonald Jones Stadium, where Newcastle Knights beat Parramatta Eels 28-14. And again, Newcastle never looked like they were going to lose this one. In fact, they were...
Yep.
Mitchell Pearce had his best game
he was
all
terrific.
year.
Apparently he got an absolute spray from Nathan Brown. And that motivated him as well. But he seemed like it was personal. He needed to lead that team around.
Yep.
He needed to be the captain, and that's what you've been waiting for from the Knights all season, isn't it? That kind of performance. And the Eels, it's almost like they were dreaming about last week.
Well, last week was probably a bit of an aberration because they had the hype of the new stadium. Tigers didn't play well at all. They could do anything on that day.
Yep.
Now they came up against an opposition who weren't as easy as what the Tigers were the week before.
Sure.
And I mean, Ponga is just such an incredible player.
Yeah, amazing.
What he can do on the football field is just, both in defence and attack.
He'd look good in maroon and white.
Well, he wears maroon already for Queensland.
Yep. So, what do we say about Parramatta? Because I still say they haven't beaten anyone. I know they're sitting in the top 8, but they haven't beaten anyone. Every time they come up against tough opposition,
they fold.
I'm serious, and that's just not me coming from I hate Parramatta. I hate Parramatta, but they haven't beaten any of the top teams.
Yeah.
They really capitulated against the Knights.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, I have a question without notice, and anyone who's watching this. If you want to go to our Facebook page and make a comment as well, more than welcome to. Earlier in the... What?
Question without notice.
Yeah. Earlier in the week, and I don't mean this is derogatory toward the Roosters, but I'm going to use them as an excuse. No.
Yep.
Coach comes out and says, I lied about the lineup. I intentionally lied about the lineup because I wanted to protect my player. Now, I'm saying that about the Roosters. Wayne Bennett did exactly the same thing. He didn't come out and admit to it. But
There's the difference.
Possibly. But he comes out and he says, here's my team. And then just before they run out, he changes it around. Good, bad, don't care. Shouldn't do it.
No, they should be penalised. I think they should be penalised. The NRL puts in a ridiculous ruling where you have to have your teams ready by 4:00 Tuesday.
Yep.
All right, that's stupid.
But that's 21 players. I mean, that's not the team.
And that's 19 the day before or something.
Yep, and then up to an hour beforehand you can change the team.
So what did Trent Robinson actually do wrong?
He said, who's the
Lachlan Lamb.
halfback? Lachlan Lamb was going to be on the bench, but he ran him out onto the field. And so it was going to have Latrell Mitchell.
Yeah,
as 5'8".
So he's the coach. He's entitled to do whatever he wants.
That's what I'm asking you.
And the thing is, he was transparent about it. He said, yes, I lied about it because I was trying to protect him.
Yeah, but he said it afterwards. So my question is, do we really care?
No.
And I read that and I thought,
I do to the point where, come on, your team list is your team list. Like, just It's an hour before
But
the
you're
game.
not
You don't.
changing the 17.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Changing
You don't. That's just a stupid.
But did you hear his?
It was a stupid little ploy.
Did you hear his justification?
Doesn't. I don't care.
Yeah, and it was to protect him. I'm saying I don't care.
No, I'm saying I do care because I've got a fantasy league team and coaches do this to me,
Yeah.
and it pulls players out, and they shouldn't be able to do it.
And see that's what you call it, de facto betting, if you like.
No,
It is
rules
because
are rules.
people who bet on things don't like this because
Because
they
they
put a bet on and it doesn't happen.
That's
and
right.
Fantasy league's a little like that.
You've got your team list. Just stick to your team list. I don't care. And as if he's going to give a care in the world whether he's starting on the bench or starting the game. It doesn't matter.
But
the
my
player
point
doesn't
was,
care.
I don't care either.
Yeah.
But I was surprised he came out and had to say, I lied.
But that's the thing. He's transparent, and that's what I like about Trent Robinson. There's no guile in him. The same with Cooper Cronk. They lied about his shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Because they gave them.
Well,
what was it going to do to the other team?
But
honestly?
admittedly, he there was a little bit more to it than that one.
Yeah.
He actually came out and said, "I'm not lying. This is the way it's going to be," and then it was a lie. So, anyway.
But in the end, it's gamesmanship.
Yeah.
And, you prepare. The opposition prepares for all contingencies. Cooper Cronk runs on the field. There you go. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Neither
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to round 8 of the NRL.
Ladder?
Oh, you want to do a ladder? Go for your life.
I'll be quick.
Yep.
We have 3 teams in the top 3, all on the same points. Roosters, Storm and Rabbitohs in that order.
Yep.
Then we have the Raiders alone on 10 points. And then we have 4 teams on 8 points. In 5th, the Eels. Then the Eagles, 6th. The West Tigers 7th. And the Dragons making up the 8th. We have the Sharks alone on 6. And then we have 7 teams
Amazing.
on 2 wins. Starting with the Broncos in 10, the Knights, the Warriors, the Titans, the Panthers, the Cowboys, and the Bulldogs, undeservedly, I think, in last place.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well,
last year we had, 8? The top 8 was separated by 2 points.
Yep.
And now we've got 7 teams at the bottom with 2 games.
That's it. You're looking at that and you're going, your 2 wins out of the 8.
That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Fantastic.
You have to score by a lot to get above the other teams, though, because you're minus 74. That's a bit of a negative.
All right.
You go.
Let's move on to round 8, gentlemen.
Sure.
We're ready?
Yep.
You're going to say something about Greg Inglis?
No, he's going to say something about ISCD.
I'm starting now.
No, now. What's the
right,
jersey?
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Let me... Hand on heart. Yep. Okay. Normally...
know where
can't find it because he's a South supporter. Should be reaching for his wallet.
Heartless South supporter. That's right. Yes.
Normally we say on the show we won't wear our supporter gear, but I've gone against that rule today.
We noticed.
Down Tootin.
Because, and it's justified,
From his perspective.
this week South Sydney are playing the Broncos at ANZ Stadium. It is Greg Inglis' farewell round, or farewell game.
Will they be passing the bucket around?
No, they won't
Will
need
it
to
be
pass,
a testimony without having a testimonial?
They won't need to pass the bucket around. There's enough money for Greg as it is.
Wonder where that's coming from.
Yeah, anyway.
They'll get a decent wage.
So Greg Inglis' last game, testimonial, blah, 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 blah.
So it's a very important game for South Sydney supporters.
Yeah, so that's why.
And I encourage everybody to be out there.
And why are you telling anybody else?
Because half the people who watch are South Sydney supporters.
No, they're not. They hate South Sydney the same as us.
That's just not true.
Okay,
and I know deep down
that's
you're
enough.
lying.
That's enough oxygen on that.
Let's go to ANZ Stadium with...
That's why he's wearing it, because it's Greg Inglis' last game. He didn't
Yeah,
do
what
anything
was
at the
that
Bunnies.
for?
He didn't do anything at the Bunnies.
Oh, no, I wouldn't go that far. He's been a great player.
He didn't do anything.
Average player at the Bunnies, continually injured,
Okay.
did nothing for you.
You're wasting time.
You are proving you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, go on.
So
ANZ Stadium, where South Sydney Rabbitohs play the Brisbane Broncos in what could be the farewell game for Nicarima and James Roberts.
Well, Nicarima will probably be gone.
Possibly.
I think the Rabbitohs will win this comfortably. They'll be comfortable.
Well, I would have said that until I saw the Broncos play last week.
But they
played
the
the
busted Sharks.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually leaning towards the Broncos. Rabbitohs at home. What am I going to say? No, I've got nothing.
Usually.
No, the Broncos are playing much better at home than they are away.
Yeah.
So it has to be the Bunnies. Even though they're playing terribly, they should win.
Sure.
Is that all we're going to say? Okay.
Yep.
Let's go to 1300 Smiles Stadium where North Queensland are playing the Gold Coast Titans.
Battle of the Spoon.
Who cares?
Battle of the Spoon.
No, you can't say who cares. There may be Cowboys and Titans supporters here watching our show. You can't say who cares.
Out of the thousands of people
it's the
who
least
watch
interesting
this,
game of the round. Sorry?
Out of the thousands of people who watch this, there will be some Titans or...
Look, and it's probably the
Cowboy
least interesting game. But then again, because they're both equally not doing so well, it could be actually quite an interesting game because they're at the same level. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not even going to pick.
Cowboys at home.
Cowboys at home.
I suppose. It's just hard to pick.
Did you pick the Rabbitohs for the game before that?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go on to PointsBet Stadium where the Cronulla Sharks are playing the Melbourne Storm.
Jeez.
Shark Park.
If Sean Johnson was still there, I would have rated them a chance against the Storm. But yeah, I can't get past the Storm.
Nah, got to be the Storm.
Yeah, I agree. These are getting too easy. You're going to have to pick a jack around this one. Okay, Saturday, May the 4th at McDonald's Park where the Canberra Raiders are playing.
Where is
Penrith.
McDonald's Park?
I don't know.
Wagga.
Bathurst.
It's Wagga.
Wagga.
It's Wagga.
Wagga.
It's Wagga, that's right. I did hear that.
Regional centre where I think they should be taking games to.
Unless you're a supporter of that team, then it's a pain in the backside.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canberra to Wagga. Nah, it's quicker for them to get from Canberra to Wagga than it's for me to get from here to Brookvale.
But what about south to the Gold Coast for a home game or the Roosters to
I'm
Adelaide
not
for a home
suggesting Gold Coast. I'm thinking there should be a team in Wagga.
game? A team in Wagga.
Yes. No, Dubbo. Wagga. No, Dubbo and Bathurst. Either way, we've got to try regional centres.
So you want to move the Roosters to Dubbo and Bathurst?
Yeah. I'm going Raiders.
Yep. Yeah, bounce back.
What? Hang on. And who are you picking, Steve? Because you said, I feel sorry for whoever plays the Panthers this week.
I'm actually leaning to the Panthers.
Yeah, well, you'll lose that one.
I actually think the Panthers could get up and win this one. If they play the same way they did last
I think
week,
it'll be close.
Panthers will win
I
this.
think it'll be close.
Raiders in a gallop.
Yeah.
They're my certs for the week.
Oh, not the next game, Manly Sea Eagles against the Bulldogs at Lotto Land.
That'll be a tough game.
It will.
Especially
no Cherry Evans. That's going to be tough.
You never know.
Did you get Fanua Blackback?
We do.
That's good.
You never know. Cherry just might play.
They reckon it could be out for up to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Running down the field with crutches on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Eagles' current form. They deserve to be favourites and they will win that game.
Although the way the Dogs have been playing.
If Foran's in, I think I'll give the Dogs a chance.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Foran back at rookie.
Yeah, he'll get booed.
Because they boo everybody.
Will
They
you
boo
be
their
going?
own team sometimes.
Will
Sorry?
you be going?
Probably. I've got nothing on next Saturday. Oh, 4th of May. Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day.
Yeah,
May
May
the
the
4th
4th.
be with you.
Yeah, I have to go on Star Wars Day. I'll wear my robes.
That's really sad. Sydney Cricket Ground on Saturday as well at 7:35 p.m. Sydney Roosters against the West Tigers.
I won't even get to see this game because I've got my son-in-law's 30th birthday party.
So put it on the TV anyway.
Yeah,
He's not a football fan.
doesn't matter.
So?
Too much noise. Anyway,
It's too soft.
Roosters to win this one.
Yeah.
And we just need to be more consistent throughout the game.
Roosters in a gallop.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I give the West Tigers a slim hope, but geez, they got to play well. And the Roosters have to play poor.
Which won't happen either.
Okay, Mount Smart Stadium where the Warriors are playing the Newcastle Knights.
Warriors at home?
Warriors at home. This is an easy round to pick.
No.
No?
No. I'm just sounding confident.
I like the Knights here.
Yeah?
No, they won't play 2 good games in a row.
And in New Zealand?
Yep.
Take them away from home?
I think so. I think that they'll be buoyed by that performance.
Okay. Interesting. And the last game on Sunday is Bankwest Stadium, Parramatta Eels against St George Illawarra.
Dragons showed me enough to think they can beat.
Dragons for sure.
Yeah?
For sure.
You're very confident tonight, aren't you?
I am. I'm speaking with confidence.
He's tipping well for the first year in about 10.
I only have one good year every 10 or so. So yeah, this is it.
Okay. All right, gentlemen.
Now I do have something. I do have something that I just need clarified here.
Okay.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we've got
Okay. Just recently, in the AFL, there was a bit of booing going on.
Swearing.
I know, but there was a bit of booing going on.
Yes.
During a presentation to a opposition player.
Yep.
Do we care? Because you just reminded me when you said Kieran Foran playing, and I said, yeah, they'll boo him. Do we care? Do we care when you're at a sporting event and you boo the opposition?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I must admit.
Look, there are two instances where I'm a bit embarrassed about Roosters fans booing. When Cherry Evans won the Dally M, they booed. I thought that was really bad form. And when Slater, although I haven't been a fan of Slater, when Slater was being interviewed at the end of the grand final, he got a massive boo, and I thought that was really bad form.
Yeah.
I mean, you just won the premiership in both situations. You don't need to boo, honestly. I think that's bad
see,
form.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care that the Roosters fans booed Cherry Evans. I thought it was a bit of poor form that you booed Slater in his last game after you'd won the comp.
Yeah, I thought that was bad.
I thought, that probably didn't deserve a boo.
And being the grand final wasn't necessarily all Roosters fans. It could have been a whole lot of other teams' fans as well. But
it doesn't bother me at all.
I don't like
it. Doesn't bother me during the game. The only time I've ever thought it was over the top was I was at Parramatta Stadium and Jamie Lyon was playing his first game back there for Manly.
Yeah.
And they were throwing 20-cent coins at him.
Yeah.
I thought, that's probably a bit harsh. But you know what? Every time he touched the ball, mate, that crowd went up as one.
Yeah.
Just absolutely full of booing.
But there's a difference there. During the game, I get it. Angus Crichton gets booed when playing for the Roosters and playing against South.
Yep.
I get that. Once the game's over, though, and you're talking, you're presenting an award. I think
maybe.
That's where the line gets drawn.
Yep.
You don't do it if you do it through the game. You don't do it afterwards.
Yep.
All right.
I think
all right. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with booing during the game.
No. Look, I don't do it, but I think
that's it.
And there've been times where his fans have booed his team off the field.
No, there hasn't.
Yes, they have.
No, they have not. No,
54,
didn't happen.
54 to 24.
Didn't happen. That was
I'll
Roosters
put my hand
fans.
up and say it's happened to South once or twice.
That was Roosters fans. Booing Manly. Typically.
Gentlemen, we're going to call this to an end. Do you have anything else you want to say, or is that it?
No, that was it. Go the booze.
He said boo, not booze. Don't go the booze. Tom, anything else you want to end it with?
Season's going along nicely, and let's keep it going.
Go the winner's circle.
Yeah, I'm getting worried about you in the winner's circle. All right, that brings our show to a close. Thank you for watching. Enjoy next round, which is round 8, if I get that right. And thank you for watching. We'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.